If you want to master the art of texting and never run out of things to say or get left on read, then first you need to, number one, know when to stop texting them. And for this, I like to use the 3 text rule. Now I want to clarify, there is a big difference between a bad texter and somebody who is just not interested. If they take multiple days to respond, they don't ask any follow-up questions, they respond with single word or 3-word answers, I'm sorry to say they are just not interested. Now, you might actually get someone who's really great in person, but on text, they're absolutely terrible. And this is where I like to just send one message. And if they don't reply, that's okay. It happens. Sometimes you read a message and you don't respond. Send a follow-up message the next day. They didn't reply again? That's a bit strange. A couple days later, send one more message. And after the 3rd message, it's their turn. You've done your grafting. Leave it. Leave it be. If they want to, they will text back, and if they don't, then it wasn't meant to be. Now, a difference between them and a bad texter is a bad texter might text once or twice a day, but they will still make effort to keep the conversation going, and they'll still make effort to talk to you. Which leads me to number 2. Know who you are texting. Some people might just work physical jobs. They might be a chef, they might be a cleaner, a teacher, whatever it is where they can't use their phone. They might even be training to be an athlete in their spare time. Give people a chance, give it at least a date to decide whether you want to get to know them more, because people have lives. At first, they are not going to be that interested because they don't even know who you are. Which takes me nicely to number 3. Never leave the conversation. When somebody replies to the other, even if it's a day after, keep the conversation flowing from when it started. Don't just then stop the whole conversation and go, good morning, and that's it, because the conversation will be dead like that. Day to day, your topics will change, but just keeping that conversation going, whether it's just 1 or 10 texts per day, is super vital. And that's why number 4 is extremely important, where you need to get used to creating good conversation starters. Don't just text going, hello, good morning, or good afternoon. Instead, use pain points. And what I mean by this is if it's somebody that you know, say you go to the same school with, say you work with them, and if you don't worry, I'll get onto this in a minute. Use a pain point that you both have, right? A relatable topic that you can both relate to. So for example, how are you feeling about this homework? I haven't started it yet. Or how are you feeling about this meeting later on? Or I'm worried that it's going to be this. If you haven't met them yet, but you do text them daily, then don't worry. Use the information that you've got on the messages. A lot of the time, we have a lot more information about the person than we think, even if we haven't met them. So text them something, say you know their favorite music genre, their favorite artist, their favorite movie. Message them about it. Message them going, have you heard the news about this person's new album? Have you heard the new movie coming out? The new trailer's just dropped. And well, if you're sliding in the DMs for the first time, wait for them to drop a story, wait for them to drop a post that you can relate to. Whether, as I said, whether that's a hobby that you both do, that they don't know that you do, but you have interest in. Or have they posted a picture of a place where you really want to go on holiday? They posted a story about a location that you've been before, where you can say, I've been here, it's amazing, isn't it? Or you can say, I really want to go here, what's it actually like? I've heard it's so good. Now, once you have sent this message and got the conversation going, you've just done a really good approach, they love it, they're texting you back. Number 5, you need to shorten the time between texting and meeting them in real life. Now, let me clarify, you want to text them enough so that they feel comfortable to meet you, of course. But most people make the biggest mistake where they text somebody, it's going really, really well. The first couple days, it's amazing. And then you arrange to date them in 2 weeks' time. 2 weeks' time. You have to create the conversation for 2 weeks when you haven't even met them. Now, this isn't about games, this isn't about coming off too clingy, but I want you to do it as soon as possible. I'm not talking about the same night, but arrange something in the next few days. Because your conversation is on a high right now, and you want to keep it at that high. So you want to minimize the conversation during text, because let's be real, text is fucking boring compared to talking to them and connecting to them in real life. And as I said, you're not coming off as desperate or clingy. You're texting with purpose, and that's what these people like. You need to text with intent, right? And if they think it's a bit too desperate, so what? That's their problem, that's their insecurity. You have texted with purpose. I want to take you on a date. I have shown interest in you. That is you showing purpose. It's not you being clingy. They like that. Now moving to number 6, match their energy. What I mean by this is, don't be afraid to try new things. Send them a voice note. If they don't send you one back, don't be that person that sends them another voice note. They're probably in work, they probably can barely listen to it. Send them a text. Get the message. If you send a funny meme, they don't find it that funny, probably don't send another meme again. Try and send a different style of post or try and send a different text. Vice versa. If they send you 3 different texts in one, right? First of all, that's amazing, it shows interest. And second of all, that gives you, oh, they like this. They like it when I give maybe a bit more information. So you should double or triple text. If they text 10 times a day, match their energy and don't be afraid to just text, 10 to 20 times a day. If they just text once or twice a day, maybe, as I said, they're just a bad texter. Give them a little chance. Don't over text them and overdo it. That's when people think you're clean, when you don't match their energy, right? So when you go ahead and you just completely ignore all the signals, you just go, I'm going to message them 100 times a day because they haven't replied to me or they take ages to reply. Number 7, a quick one, use callbacks, right? And what I mean by this is remember the little things in a conversation. They've got an interview today, or you're talking about their day and they said they've got a competition coming up, right? And they've had that competition. Use a callback. How was that interview? Rather than just saying, how was your day? Did you have a good day? Try and remember the little things that they have during their day. Or how was this? Did this person annoy you again? Or how was this sport? Was the coach like this with you? Adding little detail. And that actually takes me perfectly on to number 8. Finally, start with a reaction and go to a question or a finer detail. What I mean by this, someone sends you a meme, right? The worst thing you can say is lol or laughing faces. Conversation, what the hell do you say to that? React to it. You say to someone, how was your interview? Oh, it was good, thank you. This happened, this happened, this happened. Don't go and say, good. I'm glad to hear it was good. No, it's so boring. Add that little extra detail. React to it. Oh, I'm so glad it was good. Add extra detail. Did they ask you any questions that you didn't expect? Or did it go as you thought it would go? Right? Little things like that. Or do you think you will get the job? Are you hopeful you'll get the job? Whatever it is. A meme. They send a meme. You could say, that's so funny. I swear I do this all the time. I don't know why. Right? It's just so much easier to keep that conversation going. So reaction, then specific detail. Because that's what's going to keep the conversation going. It's open conversation starters and questions. It's something I've covered in other videos if you want to watch them again. It's a very simple rule, but it's very important. And that's everything. This is the shortest texting video you ever need. And if it's helped, subscribe because I put a lot of thought and effort into these videos. So thank you and happy texting.